Dear son, it's Nathan, and we've just had an awesome long weekend. Canada and the United States both celebrated our national days this weekend, but I wanted to talk to you about other places in the world who also celebrated their own nation between July 1st and July 4th. We're going to have our very own top 10 list of places that I think are really cool that have some kind of nationally holiday thing that happens this weekend between July 1st and July 4th. And because I feel like I would just put it in the wrong place in such a list, we're going to give Canada an honorable mention. Canada Day was July 1st, but yeah, honorable mention for us. Rule number 2 of the channel is no names except mine, which I'm usually pretty good about following, but not today, because contrasted out some voice acting to do the number 1, number 2, number 3 that you always hear in these top 10 videos. I wanted to do it right, so I contracted that out, paid man. You can get his info downstairs. If you've got some voice contracting needs, go for it. His name is Justin Peterson. Thank you. Take it away.
Number 10.
Rwanda is celebrating Independence Day, and so is...
Number 9.
It's Burundi. These two African nations, they're positioned right in the middle of Central Africa, they were involved in the same conflict and got their independence at the same time, and good on them. Not terribly excited about visiting any part of Africa because scary, but at the same time, I would like to see that continent. I would like to see parts of it that I really understand that history doesn't exist the same way anywhere else. All right, that brings us to...
Number 8.
Somalia. It's that little high-heeled shoe-looking country on the tip of Africa, the eastern tip of Africa. That's the way I was taught in high school. I've met a few people who are actually from there, and that's really the reason that I would be more excited about Somalia than either Burundi or Rwanda. I've met the people who are, or some of the people from there, and I would like to see their home.
Number 7
is not really a country, but British Overseas Territory, the Cayman Islands, is celebrating their Constitution Day this weekend. It's one of those places that you hear about in tax dodges, and they've got some interesting tax laws, which sound fun-ish, but yeah. Happy birthday, Cayman Islands. Now, you don't often hear about the United States having held territory that they let go of, but
Number 6.
the Philippines is one of those. They captured them in World War II? Sure. And just 1 year after the war ended, they were able to become a republic, and today is Republic Day. Or yesterday? Yeah. On the weekend, it was Republic Day in the Philippines.
Number 5.
Just sounds cool to me. It's an autonomous region of Portugal. It is Madeira. I'm pronouncing that wrong, aren't I? I'm sorry, Madeira. This weekend was also their holiday, celebrating their autonomousness. I'll go with that. The beautifully situated island right in the middle of nowhere. It's one of those places that just seems like it would be a paradise away from the world. Now we get to...
Number 4.
And honestly, United States, you've been cooler than this before. The 4th of July was the 4th of July. They actually call it Independence Day. That's the real name. Now, it's not just the movies, though that's part of the downfall. It's me getting sick of, I think this is year 3 of this election, and I'm kind of done, except for the kind of part. So yeah, that's as high as you get. And now we're giving away a spot.
Number 3.
For Best Cool Story. The Northern Mariana Islands. Little place, no one's really heard of them. I certainly hadn't. But they're kind of interesting because Japan captured them from Germany in World War I. When the Allies all got together, they were like, Germany lost and we hate them. So whoever had stuff that they took from them can keep them. And Japan's kind of annoying. We don't really feel like taking back from them. Plus, they're really only interested in other Asian countries, and nothing over there could affect us. Ha 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 ha. Not so much. Cycle forward another, 23 years, and we got a relatively major problem in that part of the world. Oh, if only we had started talking to them back in 1918. So much trouble could have been avoided. Or something. And their Liberation Day just happened to fall this weekend.
Number 2.
This place I would love to visit more than anywhere else on this list. This weekend we had the Hong Kong Special Administrative Region Establishment Day. I'm presuming that name flows a little better in Mandarin and Cantonese, but it's a mouthful of English. Woo! So yeah, England gave Hong Kong back to China. China took it and they gave it this special status that makes it still a unique part of the world. And I would love to visit it. Now this is going to be the part where I go off tangent.
Number 1.
Your mom. It was her birthday this weekend, and I have said that nothing can compete with her. And what I mean by that is that, as far as I'm concerned, the entire world is a race for second place. Happy birthday, sweetie. And that's my completely ridiculous top 10 list. Yay! We made it all the way to the end. What, you didn't think we could? We did it. Hooray. Don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and write something downstairs. Let me know which of these places you'd most like to visit. It's okay if you say Canada. I excluded it from my list because I felt it would be favoritism, and instead I gave the top spot to my wife. That's not favoritism at all. So what's one to do the day after an awesome weekend, long weekend, where we celebrated so many nations beginning? Well, you could celebrate the birthdays of Algeria, Armenia, Cape Verde, or Venezuela. Or, I'm going to recommend X Day, which is the end of the world, July 5th, 1998. When the cult of the subgenius, the Church of the Subgenius, I don't think it's wrong to call it a cult of the subgenius, were asked for the reason that their prophesied doomsday didn't occur on July 5th, 1998, they said, the calendar is wrong. The real July 5th, 1998 hasn't arrived yet. Nice.